All right, let's bow our heads in prayer. Thank you, Lord, for the blessings you provided for us and the opportunities that we have to use these blessings and our gifts in Rotary. Thank you for the Rotary leadership internationally and locally that has provided ways that we can participate in our community and around the world. Let us always continue as we have to reach out and help others. And we thank you for all the wonderful gifts that we receive also from just those actions. And we ask that you continue to bless us in Rotary. All these things we lift up in His name. Amen.
Okay, and David, did you want to do the pledge?
I will. If you'll notice over on the left side of the screen, there's a cat tail.
Oh, okay.
There's a cat
Oh,
attached to
yes,
it.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
There's the cat.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
now for the pledge.
Okay.
And I'm going to do it sitting down because if I stand up, the laptop falls out of my lap.
That's a good idea then.
Okay.
We'll all stay seated and we'll pretend we're standing. That's
I pledge allegiance to the flag
Flag.
of the United States of America
and
and
to
to
the
the
republic
republic
for
for
which
which
it
it
stands,
stands,
one
one
nation,
nation,
under God, indivisible,
indivisible, with
with
liberty
liberty and justice for all. Okay, so our meeting's starting. Thank you, Rick, for the flag. Linda, you were going to talk about a couple of things before we start.
One of the things, Dave and I have made about 3 trips now over the Boys and Girls Club in Grand Prairie, giving them school supplies. So anytime you go to Walmart and you run into any good sales, go ahead and collect things. We're thinking about going ahead and present them some more construction paper, Crayolas, any type like that when we go over there for Halloween. Uh, there is a save a date in October for it's at the Prestonwood Country Club, and it's going to be a Mardi Gras party, and it's part of the End Polio fundraiser. So keep February the 16th, 2019 on your calendar, and that way you won't say you didn't know about it. And other than that, October the 25th, I think it's a Friday night, is our Friday afternoon is our Boys and Girls Club Halloween party in Grand Prairie. So if you can come, it's great. They always enjoy seeing us. Howard does a great job too, and teaching some kids some things, how to remember numbers and names and all of this other stuff that he's so good at. So they always look forward. So hopefully we'll have more people over there this year. And that's all I have.
Okay. I think there's not Ryla. What's the other? Rotaract. Isn't
Oh,
there?
the Interact Summit is at the end of September.
Right.
The last Saturday, I think, in September.
Right.
And
Just
so
wanted to make.
always people to come over there, and I think it's going to be at Collin College again. And more news on that later.
Yeah, Rotaract is the college kids.
Okay.
Interact is high school.
I thought Ryla was high school. Oh no, Ryla's
Riley's
camp.
also high
Yeah.
school.
Ryla's the camp. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's high school juniors.
Okay. The other thing we want to just quickly discuss is that we talked about having a social sometime in October. Linda suggested we do it at when we're doing the Boys and Girls Club. I'm just not sure everybody's going to be there, so I didn't know if I was going to ask. How do the rest of you feel about that? Would you want to have it in Grand Prairie, or you want to have it on another date in a more central location? I'm going to be in Grand Prairie, so I'll go either way. I just wanted to know how everyone else felt.
Well, I didn't say that we could have the party there in Grand Prairie, but we could have it afterwards. Say we're usually finished by about 6:00.
Okay.
If we could meet somewhere at 7 in Dallas area, wherever y'all want to go, just let us know. That way it'd be more centrally located, and Howard could stop off on his way home, and we could go over there. So whatever y'all decide, but I think it should be away from Grand Prairie since it's so far removed.
I was thinking that place we went years ago. It was a pizza place near where Bill's office was. Did you like that or not?
Nah, I didn't really.
You didn't
Picasso's.
like it. Okay,
didn't really
that's
like
fine. You answered that with your grimace.
Maybe you should.
But I saw your face. I was like, I don't think so. Does anyone have a suggestion on place that's more central that people can meet at, or anything that you think would work?
If we have enough room, there's a, a barbecue, Spring Creek Barbecue there on Preston near 635. And they have a little room off to the side, I think. And if there's enough of us, I'm sure we could get it.
You got to know ahead. I know that they booked that room ahead for events. It does, and it's a pretty big room. They have. It's usually anyway. Yeah, I like Spring Creek.
There's one on 75 in Richardson.
Yes, there is. That's another one that I'm familiar. It's not that far from Campbell.
Yeah.
It's up near 635 before you get to 15th Street.
But I'm not sure if we're
People
coming
going
from
from
Grand Prairie, if we'd make it in time because of the traffic.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be easy traffic
yeah.
at 6 at night from Grand Prairie to go all the
Okay,
way
so
through.
y'all look around for a place and we'll go.
Do you want it to be that night, or do you want to have it on another night? That would be the
Wanna
other
have it-
question.
We can have it on a Saturday night and dress up. So if we could go someplace and dress up in costume.
Or I was thinking if you wanted to do it in a meeting, have one of the meetings be a social.
You've already booked up, aren't you?
No,
October?
I'm booked. Let me check. I'll tell you where I'm booked into. I think October, and we're talking October, so I could always lock a date down that we
Okay.
want to use.
What about the last Saturday in October?
I think all of October is open. I'm booked through the end of September.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm looking. Let me look at the calendar to be safe, because
Okay.
it would show on the calendar.
Okay.
see.
Well, David and I will be gone until the last Saturday. We'll be home by the last Saturday. In fact, we'll be home a couple of days before the Halloween thing.
Okay, so we don't want to do it before you're back.
Unless you don't want us there.
Yeah, well, we're not that big a group that we want you and David. It would just be me and Rick and Lisa, and maybe a couple of others. But so I'm thinking. Let's see. Are you saying like October 30th to do it?
Is October, wait, isn't it, when is October 25th? Isn't that a Friday night? And the 26th?
Oh wait,
October-
I'm out of town. Then I just
you are?
realized I'm going to Bangkok.
Okay.
That's when I'm going to Bangkok. I'm leaving like on the 30th. So
Are you sure this time?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that one I'm doing. That one I just spoke to them today. The other one got
When will you be back?
November 6th or 7th. And I usually, when you get back from that trip, you're pretty burnt. It's
What about, I don't think we usually have a meeting the Tuesday of Thanksgiving week, but what about the next Tuesday or the Tuesday before
Is that the 12th?
the 12th,
Well,
I guess?
Wait a minute. I thought we were talking about something in October. So let's
Yeah,
go.
but then
When does Howard
we don't-
leave?
Yeah, but they're out of town. Linda and David are out of town most of October, so there's no point in having a social if they're not there.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Well, when do they
But
leave?
anyway-
When do you leave?
When did the,
let's see. I'm leaving around October 28th, and I'm coming back I don't know if that Monday or Tuesday, and because of the time zones and everything, I'm not sure exactly. I think either the following Tuesday or Wednesday, and then I need to take a day off because it's a 28-hour flight, and you don't really feel good when you get home. But
not quite.
yeah.
Okay. What about the Saturday before you leave?
Let me see. That's the day after the Halloween
The day after
day,
the Halloween
the
party.
27th.
Right.
I'm okay with that. Is anyone else good with that?
Well,
Rick?
I don't know at this point.
Okay. So I'd like to pick a date that we could all get together because it's a small group. We might as well.
He's waiting to see if he gets a better offer.
Well, no, I'm looking at my football schedule.
Oh, okay.
Texas plays Oklahoma State that night.
So what about? Hold on. Let me look at my calendar again. What the week after I get back, November. Let's say the week of the 12th, like the
Okay.
13th, November 13th. Does that work? It's a Tuesday.
That's fine. And then we'll just have that instead of a meeting.
Okay, I'll write it in. And I will put something on my calendar so no one can schedule to speak
Okay.
on that day. I'm
What's the
writing
day of the Boys and Girls Club Halloween party?
the 25th, I think.
Fifth. The 25th?
26th.
Okay.
Friday?
Friday the
Friday.
26th. Yeah. Yeah. And I guess, okay, so I think that's all our business.
Okay.
Does anyone else have anything before I introduce our speaker? Okay, great. Then I'll introduce our speaker. Let me get her bio, and I will, I got to get back to the today. Here it is. Okay. So our speaker tonight is Elizabeth. I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name, Elizabeth, correctly. What's the correct pronunciation?
It's Akwe Kwating.
Akwe. So it's Elizabeth Akwe. I'm sorry, I didn't want to mispronounce it. She was born in Ghana, came to America as a kid. She went to UTD for a BA in biology. She went to Baylor Dental School for a Doctor of Dental Surgery. She opened her practice in 2005, and she's still there in Garland. She's married with a 20-month-old son and a 3-year-old daughter. She tells patients she comes to work to rest, and her real work starts when she gets home. And I believe she's going to be speaking tonight about the school that she's running in Ghana. And
We're doing water wells and dental clinics in Ghana.
Okay. Did you want to do a PowerPoint, or you just want to talk?
Yes.
Okay.
I have a PowerPoint, but I need to know how I share it so then I can go through it.
Okay. Linda, how does she share it?
I'm trying to get back to the screen.
Linda has the controls. That's why I'm asking. I don't have.
Oh,
Otherwise, I just do it. And you'll be able, in a moment, you'll be able to put your slides up. I'll let you know when we can see them. And then I'll mute my microphone so I'm not disturbing you while you're talking.
okay.
Okay. I'm trying to see if this. Oh, do you have on the bottom of your screen in the middle, if you hover, do you see something that says share screen?
Yeah, I have share.
Click on that. See if that switches it on.
Okay. Oh, okay. And then here's it's this one, right?
See if that'll work. Oh,
Is that it?
yeah, you're good. You're ready. Your slides are showing. I'm going to mute my mic. I'll come back at the end, and you can do your presentation.
So I click to. Okay. All right. Okay. So again, my name is Elizabeth. I go by Dr. Okoye at the office, and I have an office here in Garland. I'm a general dentist, so we do a little bit of everything. But I'm here to talk to you guys about our Rotary Club of Dallas, the water wells and the dental clinics we're doing there, and we're doing it in Ghana. Can you see my clicker also?
Yes.
Okay, so Ghana is on the west coast of Africa. So we normally go from here to London, London to Ghana when we fly. And Healing Hearts and Hands is my personal nonprofit. And since our club doesn't have enough doctors and nurses and so forth, I recruit hygienists and other dentists and so forth to go with us when we go. So that's pretty much it. So we do global grants, and with global grants, you need the local Rotary Club to partner with. So we partner with the Accra West Rotary Club, and that's who we partner with to do the global grants. This is just a map of Ghana. We land here in Accra. And we have done water wells in the outskirts of Accra, and we also go along the coast over here to Cape Coast and Second Takoradi to do dental clinics as well. Rotary International with USAID, their statistics is that there's about 6 million plus people in Ghana that doesn't get clean water. I'm sure there's more. They have partnered with 3 African countries to do water wells, and they're doing a second round, which Ghana qualified again to get up to $4 million in grant to do more water wells in Ghana. The water wells, they're hand pumps or mechanized boreholes. The hand pumps is what we were doing before. Mr. Fitzwilliam he's also a Ghanaian. He's a member of our club, and we did about 7 or 6 of these in other areas where we partner with the Takoradi Rotary Club. But now the government in Ghana wants us to do the mechanized boreholes, not the pumps like this one. So with the mechanized borehole, you see they drill deep into the earth until they locate water, and then they take samples of that water and send it to the lab, and then the lab will test it to see if the quality of the water is good to be able to drink. And so the water, it gets tested. This is the village. You see how the house is a mud house with, I don't know if that's even a tin roof. So we go really to the remote villages to do the clinics and to do the water wells, not within the city. So the water is then pumped into the storage tank. Once the storage tank gets to a certain level or it gets low, it triggers a pump to pump more water up. So this is just the storage area. And then from here, we pipe the water to different locations within the village. I don't know if you guys know Bob. That's Bob from our club. So there is an outlet right next to the pump. And then, so this is the water faucet right here. You'll get another picture later. We also pump the water to the school. We pump to the local market. We pump to strategic areas within the village, so then they don't have to all come to one location to get water. And with these boreholes, we've done about 7 of those. And next year, May, we're be doing a grant to do 4 water wells in May of next year. So you stand with the water. This is somebody collecting water here. We carry a lot of things on our head, and water is very heavy. So it seems like there's outlets down here to get water, and then the one that you can actually stand up, and you just put your hand in it. So then when you feel that you can touch the water with your hand, then you know that your bucket is full. And so we went with other Rotarians here to go. Every time we go back to Ghana, we go and check up on these water wells to see how well they're working. The local people, we have a water committee within the village in which they will collect, let's say, 2 cents, 3 cents, and per people that come get water, and that money is then used to maintain the wells. So far as should something break down, then they can call the contractor who put it in to help them fix it, or anything that should come up. They use that money to then make sure the water is sustained. So we don't put in water wells, it gets damaged, and then all the money that we invested into the wells is no longer viable. So we really try to make sure that we put up a committee, the chiefs and other assemblymen or local, here I guess would be local representatives. They know about the project and they make sure that the project will be sustained. And we also go and check on it when we're there. Where's my? And this is our chief right here. If you can recognize this face from the side. We went together, and this is Michael drinking some of the water that was just recently done. Michael, you can chime in anytime too, by the way.
So how many people do we benefit in a village?
The water well serves thousands of people. All the people within the village, there's really, when it's local, within the villages, they really don't have any source of water. Their source of water is most likely some kind of stream or a river. So when we go and we do these wells, the whole village benefits from this. So the wells have been serviced thousands of people so far, and we've done, like I said, I think 7, and we're going to do another 4. So it's made a great impact in the community, because I was born in Ghana, so I know having to wake up early in the morning to just go fetch water. So this really has helped a lot of children, even on the fact that you don't have to You can sleep a little longer because you not have to now go walk miles to go fetch water before you can come home and start cleaning and getting things ready for the day. So I know if this was in my village, I would have been very grateful for such a project. These are some of the areas that we've done the water wells, Mile 14 and Asinima and these other locations. And like I say, we go and check on the wells to make sure that everything is still functioning. With the sanitations, as you know, water and sanitation goes hand in hand. So we've built latrines. The village people will give us a location that we can put the structure on. And so far as not contaminating the water lines with the waste products, in Ghana, there's no, it goes into we dig a manhole pretty much in the ground where the waste will go into, and once that gets filled up, then government comes and then they suck all that out. So that waste doesn't cross-contaminate with any other water source. So we build the structure, and then there's men's side and women's side in the bathroom in which they can use this facility. We've also built wash stations. If you look up here where the shower heads are, this village, they wanted the wash station because they do a ceremony in which when the girls reach puberty, they do a presentation for them. And so they wanted a place where they can do the ceremony and the girls will have access to water to be able to clean themselves. This beautiful lady right here is a member of a club in Michigan, and she had partnered with her club with us when we did this particular project here. And some of our members, of course, came in. This is my chief right here, in case you guys didn't know. He's chief of our club. So the dental and healthcare clinics that we do, we package everything up in barrels and boxes, wrap them tightly, and we ship them to Ghana ahead of time. Shipment can go out every 2 weeks, and it takes about 6 to 8 weeks for it to get to Ghana by boat. So all our toothbrush, toothpaste, all our dental supplies, our sterilization stuff, whatever we're fundraising for the year, so far as school supplies, books and pencils, or clothes drive. We've done clothes drive. This year we're doing a soap drive. So we're asking people, you can go to Costco or any place where you can buy 16-pack soap, bars of soap for really cheap. And we're also doing underwear drives for the kids there. So we go to Costco as well, and we will buy, let's say, chips, Cokes, snacks, all those things that you recognize. So when we are in the village and we're taking a break, everybody eats what they know. We don't let anybody eat anything in the village because we don't want anybody to get sick. So all the snacks and everything we take, we ship that ahead of time, so then you eat something that's familiar to you. When we are there, we rent buses to take us around to the different locations. And we also use the buses, if you can see over here, in which we bus the children also, because we will be in one location, but there's some kids who won't have access to us, whether we're too far away or whatever the reason may be. So the bus will go to the location, pick the kids up, bring them, we'll see them, and then the bus will take the kids back. And when we're doing a clinic, you see, this right here, we were able to actually get into a building to do the dental clinic. The kids are already waiting for us. You see this young lady right here, she's just in underwear and shirt. Some of them, they come unclothed or barely clothed. So the clothes drive and things we do, sometimes we have to dress the kids even at clinic before we actually see them because they're not coming in with anything on. But so you made me lose my thought. The clinic, we did it in here at this point in time. Sometimes we do have to do clinic outside underneath a tent. We tend to see about 500 plus patients per day. So we average about 3,000 plus patients when we do dental clinic. And then the medical people on their side, they also have their set of patients to take as well. We teach them about dental hygiene, how to brush, so on and so forth. I normally do the screening since I've been doing it for a while. Since 2009 was my very first clinic, and we joined with Rotary in 2016, January, for the first dental and water mission work. So I will screen the patients and then put them where they need to go. So those who don't really have a lot going on, we send them straight into getting fluoride application on their teeth. And fluoride lasts up to almost 6 months. And then those who need teeth cleaning, my cousin is a hygienist, so I take her with me as well. And we recruit about maybe 3 hygienists per trip, in which the machine that buzzes and squirts water when you go to the dentist office that they use to clean your teeth, that is where we have some of that there. And so the hygienist will use that to clean teeth. Or if they need a tooth pulled, then Dr. Ted, he's also a member of our club. He's an oral surgeon. And sometimes we recruit other dentists to go to. And so I mark them and I put what tooth number needs to be pulled out. And so it's really easy for them to just look at the band and know what to do. So clinic runs, quite smoothly. When I first started, this is how I started over here, in which I know we went to an orphanage. And so the crowd size is controlled. We lay the kids down, I numb, and then I was just pulling whatever bad baby teeth that they had. Now I feel like we've upgraded a little bit. These are pretty much lawn chairs and stools, but it's better than how we first started. So we have about 6 chairs. We can now have the kids lay down, and we have lights on our heads right here. So we have our lights on our heads, or if we have to use a cell phone, if the lights go out, and the people we are seeing are in the background. And this gentleman right here is actually one of my professors from school, and this is Dr. Ted, one of our Rotary members. This one is me here pulling or numbing the patient to be pulled. So I kind of I float. So wherever I'm needed, if the registration is backed up or if fluoride is backed up, I just kind of move around to make things feel a little bit easier. These are some of the things that we see there, and this is all decayed baby teeth. This is a young lady here. All these are extra baby teeth here that didn't fall out when the permanent ones came in. So we pulled all the, Miss Linda, you're screaming. We pull all the baby teeth out, and this is really difficult to see just because of the fact that in America this kind of things won't happen, because the parent will see and at least try to get help for the kid. But in Ghana, the parent cannot take their whole monthly income to go to the city, one, and then try to find a doctor, two, to pull out one tooth. So I really feel like, when we go to these places, we're giving them more than just a toothbrush or a toothpaste or our know-how on how to pull teeth. I really feel like we're really touching hearts because the parent is praying for somebody to help them. And if we land there and was able to do all of this for them for free, this is really something that touches them emotionally. Because to help somebody it's easy, but to go across the ocean to help somebody you don't know, that takes a different kind of heart. So I always tell people, if you have a chance to bless somebody, always take that opportunity to do so. This is one of our clinics that we had outside. We have our pens and pencils that we're giving out that day. The kids also get vitamins and little treats in their bags. I always tell people that are going, at least one bag should be for the mission. So you can go to the dollar store, Walmart, and just pack your bag up with animal crackers or little knickknacks and toys for the kids, so they'll love it. This lady right here, she's applying fluoride, and this is my cousin right here. She's cleaning teeth. And then, of course, the line never stops. It's never ending. So we just see as many people as we can. So here's the toothbrush and toothpaste and things that we give, and we have little Rotary bags that we put them in for them. The kids also get T-shirts This is Judge Churchill when he went with us. There's always something to do. Just because maybe you don't like blood or you don't like teeth doesn't mean that there won't be work for you to do. You can always volunteer and you can do pictures or you can do the goodie bags. So it's not a technical where you have to be a medical profession to be able to go. As you saw, Michael did all the sterilization for the whole day. I was so proud of him. The whole day he stood up, scrubbing instruments, and he was a trooper, and he was encouraging us to continue, do more, do more, do more. We came here to work. We came here to work. So it was great. This is how we do our sterilization. We have different tubs, and we move it from all our medications in the tubs, and we move it from there, scrub, clean water, to drying. And this is Bob on this side here. He applied fluoride on lots of teeth. This is Dr. Ted picking up teeth. This is a time also where we're working outside. This is Christina, the one that was applying fluoride earlier. Lots of people, they're just excited to see us. They haven't seen people that don't look like them, because everybody looks like them. So it's interesting to see their faces when they see somebody that doesn't look like them. They're really excited to see you, to talk to you. They're really friendly. With the medical aspect, this is more adults that go through their line. We recruit, we have a team in Ghana with nurses and people who help us set up and break down. That's a lot of what my husband does. He goes down there and gets all the things that we shipped out of the harbor and make sure everything is running smoothly there, transportation and so on and so forth. So when they come to the medical aspect, they take their blood pressure, they get, their complaint of what's going on. And like I said, we go to Costco and we buy, adult vitamins, we buy aspirin, we buy Tylenol, all these little things that, sleeping aid medications, because as we go, we learn more and more of the need that they're asking for. So this is our club president actually right now. She's taking blood pressure. You see how hot she is? Because it's definitely a working deal. When we normally were going in the past to Ghana, we'll go and we'll commission the water wells. But the thing is, once we commission the water wells, that's pretty much it. So that's why I figure, if we can add the medical and dental aspect to it, then we're actually going there to do actual physical work. And as Rotarians, that's all we want to do is actually to serve. So this really gives us an opportunity to serve. So she's taking blood pressure. She is a Rotaract, and this is a member of the Accra Rotary Club. And so she's taking the information. There's translators who will translate for you. And then this lady right here, this is my best friend. She's an OBGYN. So she either does family practice kind of things when she's there, or she can discuss the OB issues with some of the patients who are there. And one lady said that she hadn't felt her baby move in 2 days, and she was like, oh, you need to go to the hospital like right now. So there's some things that we can't do, of course, and we just have to say, okay, right now, go. And so that was really sad to hear that, but we don't know what the outcome was on that particular issue. The kids that get their goodie bags, they're going home with that. Sometimes they write us little happy notes. These, of course, these are kids who got their teeth pulled and they all have their gauzes in their mouth. They get their Rotary t-shirts, and you'll be surprised when you go back in another year or so, you'll see still people wearing their Rotary t-shirts around. They get their little goodie bags. And this is when we hand out clothes. Clothes are always a hot commodity. We partnered with the elementary school next to our office here, and the kids, the age group is just about the same as the kids that we see in Ghana, so it was perfect on sizing them. We tied the shoes in pairs, so nothing gets separated, because if one person gets a shoe and somebody else gets a shoe, then it becomes a problem. And the kids, they line up and we share the clothes, or we share the clothes for them as they come through clinic. We just look at them and we size, and then we give them clothes as they come. And so these are just some candid pictures. This one, the clinic, we did it at a school. So let's say the teachers will bring out the kindergartners once we see them, then the first graders once we see them, and so on and so forth, and we move like class. So it makes things really organized for us. And we try to find time to have some fun time. depending on where we are, this is in Accra where the water dam is, where we get our electricity at, the Slave Castle, or go to the beach. And these are also, we go have dinner afterwards. So we have dinner and stuff in Accra or in the city. We don't, like I said, eat in the village. And we do have meetings with the Accra Rotary Club. They'll host us and they'll take us out to dinner, and sometimes they'll give us little scarves or dresses or, little souvenirs for us to take home. So these are some of those things here. And this last slide, I believe, it just talks about the numbers of patients that we've been able to see along the years. And you can see as Rotary joined, we were able to do more and more and more. May 2018 that we just went, we saw over 3,000 patients as well for the dental, and then the medical people saw about 500 plus or so. We do plan on going January 2019 and then May 2019. January is only going to be for medical and dental, and then we're going to do water and medical in May. So that's our next coming trip. So we're going to start shipping things in September for the January trip, but we collect things year-round. We store things at our office, at the house, and then once it gets time to ship, we'll package and ship it. So anytime is a good time to send something. Anything old for you is new for somebody else, is what I always say. But I think that it's about all my presentation. Michael, would you like anything to add?
So you can't imagine what rural cities are like until you go visit. And you can't imagine how blessed people can be by the slightest of things. It's my understanding that the Rotary District 5810 Awards last week, there was one award that was given to the Service Above Self Award was given to a great recipient. Do you have any idea who that was?
No, I don't.
I don't believe for those of you on Queen Mother Elizabeth won the District Service Above Self Award.
Why hasn't she been nominated for the RI Service Above Self?
We're working on it. As soon as she does something worthwhile, we'll think about it.
Okay, because actually, I think your governor-elect, your past district governor can submit by the end of August. See if they've submitted her name.
That's a good idea. I will take that challenge up.
I need to call right away because I think it's right by the end of August. It used to be.
So we've married a long, ongoing project of the Rotary Club of Dallas, and that is providing clean, safe drinking water with Liz and her NGO so that we can, when we go into a community, the lights come on and we can provide clean drinking water for them. We can provide sanitation, a little bit of money from the Rotary Club of Dallas, other Rotary Club partners, the district, the Rotary International, the money multiplies, and we do really, really good stuff. It helps having Elizabeth and her husband there because they make things really easy. And if you ever want to go on what's effectively a mission trip, I promise it will change your life.
Elizabeth, do you do
Yes,
any
ma'am.
dental sealants?
Sealants?
Dental sealants. We had a program in Grand Prairie. They still had it. They started when I was president. But we go into the second graders for their first molars, and they
Yeah.
apply the dental sealants. And it's really cut down on absenteeism and everything else.
Yeah, I was a part of that when I was in dental school. We will go into the schools and then we'll put sealant. It was called a sealant program. We'll go into the schools and place sealants. And I also did the trips to Mexico where we'll go and pull teeth as second and third year dental students. That's pretty much how I got the idea. because I heard my grandmother has her own nonprofit. And so my very first time, she has adopted this orphanage. And she brought her two friends who are retired nurses, one from Jamaica and one from Trinidad and Tobago. So they pretty much assisted me. And I was like, it doesn't really take too much of my time. I can pack everything in my bag. All I need is my extraction instrument, some lidocaine, and that's it. I can just numb and pull at least the baby teeth for them. So it started with just me. And on that trip, I met my husband also. And so that was a blessing. And from there, it's just grown since then. And people wanted to come. I added my cousin when she started hygiene school. And when we get there too, I take my family members who are there from the city to the villages with me, because I want them to know how much blessed they are as well to be living in the city and not the village where there's no electricity, no water, no anything. So I recruit a lot of my family members, even when I get to Ghana, to take them along. But it just started with just that simple idea of, if I'm going to Ghana, I can go and help. And so now every time we go to Ghana, I'd spend 1 week doing missions and then 1 week seeing family. And so it's just grown and grown and grown. And we're really grateful to have been able to add Rotary. I was on the board with Michael with the international affairs. And so that's when I was like, I've been doing this for a long time. And I'm a Rotarian, Rotary should get credit for this too. So that's when the idea came of water and sanitation and health, they all go hand in hand. So why don't we add it? So the first trip was 2016, where Michael went to represent us as the incoming president, and we have other members that went, and it was a great success. So we've been doing it ever since.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Any other questions? Comments? Mr. Howard, is back to you.
Putting back my microphone so I don't disturb anyone. Well, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, Elizabeth and Michael. Let's do our close with the four-way test. Four-way test are the things we think, say, and do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And fourth, will it be fair to all concerned? And our fifth one is, will it be fun? So with that, Rick, you can ring the bell, and thank everyone for coming. And I will put this on our YouTube channel.
And be sure to send out the YouTube channel to everybody.
Okay, I can do that. Okay, I'll put that on my plate. Okay.
Just include that where it's been put or which ones you have on
Yeah,
there.
I started a new channel so it would be clean. Something. Okay. Thanks, everybody. See you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
That was great, Elizabeth. Keep it up.